deteriorate. You feel my blood cells die. You hear my skin fall off. You see the glow in my eyes. I can't tell.
So, the zombie mindset, a real zombie. What does it all mean? It's a great question. So, if you're not very familiar with where I am right now, you might be on the wrong video. No, I'm just joking, man. You're not on the wrong video. You're watching this for a reason, just like how I'm making it for a reason. So basically, throughout my whole career, whether it's people that have been supporting me for years or people that have just discovered me, a lot of them are very curious. I would say they're not really confused. They're more kind of curious as to what the zombie stuff means, the stuff that's plastered all over my social media, my music, pretty much any content that I make. So it means a lot to me in my life, but I'm not going to talk about the whole meaning because that would take a pretty long time. But I will talk about it more as I make more videos and just as I talk to you guys more. Because the reason why I'm making this video is because when I explain it to some people who ask me, they seem very appreciative that I go into it and tell them, and they say that it could be beneficial for them in their life for the stuff that they go through. So they tell me that I should talk about it so more people can hear it. And especially with stuff recently that I've been through in my life, I know how it feels to want help. Talking to people, explaining why you feel certain ways helps a lot. I used to have a lot of hate towards the world because of what I felt the world had done to me, but you can't really think like that. It's not the right way to think if you want to actually be a better human being. So me explaining this and talking about this, I hope that it can at least help one person in their life somehow. Even if it's just 1%, that's pretty much the goal for what I'm doing now. Basically, in a nutshell, the zombie mindset that I created a few years back is whatever life is throwing at you, whatever life is putting you through, whatever life has done to you, you can't give up. You can't give up and you can't quit. It just means keep going. Like a zombie. Zombies are going to fall down, but the real ones are going to get back up. They're always going to fall down. That's just life. Life is going to do things to you, but you can't give up. So yeah, I want you to imagine this with me, all right? Let's just say there's a zombie apocalypse, right? And I want you to imagine you're in a house, you're in a building, you're in a mall, wherever you are. You're inside. You're with people or you're not with people, all right? And most people would imagine this during the day. I don't want you to imagine it during the day. I want you to imagine it at night. And you're about to go to sleep. And I just want you to imagine you're trying to go to sleep at night. There's zombies outside. You're going to hear them outside. Okay? You're going to hear them running around, making noises, banging on stuff, trying to get into where you are, get into other people. They could possibly be eating somebody. Okay? That would break a lot of people without anything even happening. A few years ago, I was going through something very hard. And I kind of had this moment where I was thinking about that because I was watching a zombie movie. And I was thinking about that really happening. And I was like, why don't I just, that feeling that you get from, what I just said? Why don't I just be that way, mindset-wise, towards life for what's happening to me? Because I was like, what's happening to me is not easy at all, and it's very hard. And it was making me want to give up. But what if I just, like I said, just be a zombie, and what happens when I don't give up and I just keep going? Even if I'm just aimlessly going, but I'm still alive and I'm still going. What happens then? So that's pretty much where the mindset really started and why it became so important to me, because throughout my life I was always fascinated by zombies. Even when I was a kid and I was watching zombie movies, I always wanted to be a zombie instead of a survivor for whatever reason. I think I know why now. That's basically where I want to take you mentally with this, so you can kind of understand it more. I made a new Instagram and a new Twitter, and I posted pictures, and the caption said "real zombie," and it said, "I live for this and I will die for this." So a lot of people don't really understand what that means. When I say I live for this and I will die for this, what that means to me is people that really know me know the principles that I live on and how I live my life. and what I stand for. And literally everything I do or say has a reason or a meaning to it, because I don't like to waste a lot of time. I don't like to waste people's time. I don't like to waste my own time. But they know that there's certain things that I live by and live on. So that also ties into my zombie mindset. So when I say I'll live for this and I'll die for this, there's been a situation in my life that really birthed this whole thing into what it is, where I'm not going to go fully into it because I'm not ready to talk about it publicly yet. But basically, when I was younger, people invaded my personal space, to say it that way. And I was having my life threatened. So I could have had my life taken away from me. And even though my blood was spilled and my body and my brain have been altered forever from this incident, how I acted in that moment and in those moments, I was ready to go out like a real zombie, in my opinion, to what that means. So, for me to say this and for me to tell you about these things, I'm not saying that I have the hardest life in the world. There are many people that have it harder than me. My life hasn't been the easiest, and I'm not comparing my life to anybody. This is just my life, how I see it, and what I do to try to move on from it instead of making excuses about it. So when I tell you these things, I am not saying it just because I've gone through the norm, or I'm not saying it because I've gone through something that isn't necessarily reasonable for me to talk about and give advice on. I've been through some real traumatic situations that have caused me to have this mindset. So that's why I'm explaining it, because when I tell people, they have a lot of more appreciation for where I'm coming from. I pretty much have just scratched the surface of what my whole mindset means to me. But like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole thing because I don't want this to be like a 40-minute video. But really though, no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what has happened in your life, you can't give up. If you take anything from me today, that's what I'm hoping, that this could, like I said, reach one person. Just the whole thing, that's what it means. In a nutshell, it's not just me putting zombie emojis because I think it looks cool. I do think it looks cool, but that's not the extent to it. Like, it really has a message, it really has a meaning to me in my life, because I've had times where I wanted to give up, and I can't do that. And you can't do it either. So yeah, I really hope with the videos that I plan on making, including this one obviously, that I can really just have a positive impact on this world and in people's lives, because I've spent a lot of time in my life not caring about that, and it's just not worth it. It's really not. I believe in God, and I didn't always in my life, I didn't know what I believed in, pretty much probably like every other teenager that was walking around. But in my 20s, my relationship with God has definitely grown, especially recently in my life. And I am very grateful for everything that has happened in my life. I wouldn't trade it for anything, because it's made me who I am right now. Life will always test us. Life will always do things to us to try to make us miserable, to try to make us give up. But God will be a reason that you don't give up. And God will give you reasons to keep going. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not trying to force my opinion on anybody. I don't really care what you believe in, just how you shouldn't care what I believe in. Even though I have this mindset and this is how I think, it doesn't make everything good. It doesn't make everything go away. There's literally things in my life right now, every day, that I think about that eat away at me if I let it. Trust me. Things that happened recently, especially, where somebody who is very special to me, they have a very special place in my heart. Can't even talk about that. I literally can't talk about it. My soul literally won't let me talk about that. And that's life. That's how it is. Sometimes we wish we could go back in time and we could change things that we said, things that we did, but we can't. I wish we could. We just gotta focus on how we are now and how we could be in the future, so that we don't do things like that again and make mistakes like that again, whether it was in our control or not. Even though these things eat at me, try to take a piece of me every day, I'm never going to give up. Even if they do take pieces of me, I'm still coming. I really hope that this video and me explaining this and me sharing this with you has somehow impacted your life, even your day. If it makes your day better, that means a lot to me. If it makes the next 5 minutes better, That means a lot to me because I know how it feels to wish that my next 10 to 5 minutes would be better. I'm planning on making more videos like this where I'm sitting there talking to you guys about like important stuff or stuff that you guys want to hear about. I plan on making videos on gaming, videos on music. Apparently people want to see outfits being rated by the stupid swagger himself. You guys can send me your own outfits and I can rate them according to my swag guidelines and what swag really means. But yeah, I also recently made a Discord server. Never really used Discord. So yeah, I made the Discord server because as my channel grows and as like my reinvented career grows, like God willing, I just want to have more of a community of people instead of just like a fan base. Because like I had a fan base for years, but I was never like talking to them. I was never like interacting with them. Like I didn't know them. Like I just don't want to be like that anymore. Like I have been communicating and like becoming friends with like the people that have been supporting me for years, like without question. Like it's just like a good feeling. Like you guys are good people. Like you guys are gonna be watching this right now. I just want to say thank you, like for everything. A lot of you have been wondering why like my music has changed, why like I made a new Instagram and a new Twitter, and why my tweets have changed. Like everything overall has changed, and like basically my goal now is to just like make content, whether it's music or videos or whatever, that has like actual meaning, like to people's lives. Like instead of just aimless, thoughtless content that's being pushed out and people just get hype on. Like that's pretty much what I was trying to do before because I was younger and like I didn't think the world could change. And maybe the world won't change, but like we could change. So that's kind of what matters. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for talking with me. I really hope you're having a good day. God bless you guys, and I'll see you later.